Good evening, everyone. So before starting with today's sessions, uh, let me understand if there are any queries from the yesterday's session, you can post it onto the chat. Let me resolve that first, and then we can move on to the today's session. No queries, then we can move on to the today's part, which is text functions. Let me start sharing my screen. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, Balaji, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. So today we are going to see text functions. What are text functions? Text functions are such functions which can be applied onto the text, such as left. The text function comprises of left, right, mid. These are only few frequently used text functions. We have search, we have find. We will covering up this particular text function, and that is one more called repeat. Okay, we will cover up this particular text functions for today. So let me take some test. Ramesh, or we can take some good examples like say the example of Tata Consultancy Limited. Okay. So let's first see what is left function. So let's say, for example, from this particular text, that is Tata Consultancy Limited, I want to get only the word Tata, the first four letters, Tata. From this particular one, I want the first four letters. So what I do, I use a left function. I say left of text. The first argument is asking for the text. This is the text from which I want the left, whichever on which I want to apply the left function. It asking me for the number of characters. What the number of characters I need to fetch? The first four. That means from left side, this is left to right. From left, pick up four characters. I put 4 and put a bracket. Okay, so I got the word Tata. Is that clear for everyone? So instead of 4, let me put 5. Then also I'm getting Tata. It should pick up 5 characters. Why still the result is same? Okay, I repeat the left function again. Left function is used to pick up the number of characters which you specify from left side. This is the left. This is the text. Your left side start from here. Left side there is Tata, then consultancy, then limited. These are the characters from the left to right. So if I want to pick up only the first 4 characters, that is from left side, 4 characters, then I would write left. This is my text from which I want to pick up a specific characters. Number of characters I want. I want the first 4 characters. TATA, the Tata, word Tata I want. That is first 4 character. And I say bracket complete and enter. So I got the word Tata. Is it clear? Then let me write the same thing. Let me modify it. Let me modify it, and instead of 4, make it 5. Then also I'm getting the same one. Can anyone in the chat tell me why I'm getting the same result? Yes, right, space. Because after Tata, there is a space. So if I say 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, the fifth one is a space. That's the reason I'm getting the same result. The space is there, but you are unable to say it. Instead of 5, if I put 6, you get this first 6 characters. Is it clear for everyone? What is left function? Okay, great. Then let's see right function. So I want the word limited. So if I use a left function, then I won't be able to pick only the word limited. So there should be another function which should go from right to left. If you want to pick up characters from the left side, you can use the function left. But if I want to pick up these characters, number of characters from right to left, if I want to pick up some characters from here, then there is one more function called right. So I will write the keyword right. This is a text which I want to pick it up. How many number of characters I need to pick up? If you see the word limiter, it's 7 characters, right? So I put 7 over. I get the keyword limiter. Similar to left, it's just opposite. Instead of picking from here, it will start picking up the number of characters from here. Is it clear for everyone? What is the right function? Pretty simple, right? Now there is one more function called mid. So what I want, if I want to pick up only the middle words, that is consultancy. So in that case, I can use the mid function. What this mid function does is I have the option to pick up from left. I have the option to pick up from right. What if I want to pick up the middle characters? For that, we have the mid function. Let me write the mid. It's asking me what is the text. This is a text. It asks me starting number, from which point you want to start picking up. The consultancy word starts from 5th position. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5th. And this is 6th. Because C starts from 6th character. C is the 6th character. So I put 6. Then asking me number of characters I want to pick up from 6th position. It's 6 plus 9 plus 2. That is 11. Let me put as 11 and put the bracket up. It will automatically pick up from 6th position. It will come to the 6th position since I given the starting number as 6. It starts from 6 and picks up 11 characters. Instead of 11, if I put 5, it will just pick up 5 characters. Can you see? If I put 7, it will pick up 7 characters. Is it clear for everyone what is right, left, and mid? What if the second mid number is 3 or 5? What if the second mid number is 3 or 5? I haven't understood your question, Rajneesh. Can you reframe it? Do you mean to change this to 3 or 5? Yeah, if the number starts from 3, we just mention 3 over here. Instead of 6, if we mention 3, it starts from 3rd position. This is the 3rd position, right? 1, 2, and 3. We start from the third position, pick up 11 characters. Whatever position you mention over here in the argument, that it will start picking up from there. If I put 6, it will start picking up from C. If I put 18, it will start picking up from here. Is it clear for everyone? Do you want to give a try? Just try it on your Excel. Just write the any text. It's not necessary you write the same text. Write any text and try the left, right, and mid formula. I will give you another 3 minutes to practice it. Then we can go for the next set of functions. Okay, what if it's a large sentence? Then you need to build a logic. If for example, if you're not sure which position your required text is present, then use the search. There are many other options like search, find, repeat. If there is a long sentence, then you can use a search function to make it easier. It's always the formulas. How to apply it's always dependent upon the logic. That's the reason I tell you data analysis and BI is not totally a technical. You need a good technical skill set. You need a good logical analytical thinking. That's it. Technical is pretty simple to learn and understand, but you need to build your logical skills and analytical skills. Yes, for you won't get any problem as simple as this. If you get somewhere it might be 5 characters, somewhere it might be 4 characters, then it's up to you how do you use this particular functions to get the result. I will teach you more functions over here. You need to use all these functions to build a logic to get the output. Okay, now let's jump into the other form. That is search. Let's keep the 3 formula aside. Let's move on to the next set of formula, that is search. Then repeat. search, find, and repeat. What is search formula? As the name suggests, as the name, you whenever you read the name of read the function, the name says the search means searching for a particular characters inside the text. So if I write search, search is used for searching a particular set of characters within a text. First asking me what text I want to find. I want to find the text consult or consultancy. Okay. It's if you see the next parameter, you're asking within which text you want to find this particular word consultancy. I'm saying find the word consultancy, and it's asking me within which text. I'm saying within this text you find the word consultancy and give me the position. It's giving me 6, right? It's giving me 6. So it searches for the word consultancy and it gives the position of that particular keyword. Is that clear for everyone? Search means searching for a particular text. I again repeat it. Say equal to search. The text which I want to find, I need to put it in double quotes. I can put consult, the text. I just get the starting word. So I put consult. I want to find this word consult, the text consult. Within the text, this particular one, Tata Consultancy Limited. So select this particular one and put a bracket complete. It gives the starting position of that text. Is that clear for everyone? The consult, it's present in the 6th position. So it gives the 6th position. Will this not help if we have to find the text for a particular range of 6? No. If the text, this won't work on a range. It won't work on a range. For range, if you want to find a text within a range, then you need to go with VBA. Somebody asked me in the chat window earlier that what if you don't know the position of this particular word, that is consult. This one. Here I know I counted and written 6. Okay. What if we don't know the position of the word consult? From which position I need to start? Then in that case, you can, instead of this 6, you can write a search function. I say search. I say search the word consult within the text. This one. Okay. So I've written a formula inside a formula. So it will automatically search and gives the position. So I get the word consultancy. So here I made the formula more dynamic. Can you see? So if I increase this particular one, instead of Tata, I put some other name like I say Manpower Consultancy Limited. Then also it will dynamic. If I want to find the word consultancy, it's dynamic. It starts from, it again searches for that particular keyword consult, and that is taken as a starting point for the mid. This is how you club the formula and get your work done. Somebody asked me, what if that is a long sentence, then you need to use a search function. From search, you get the position, and from you can use it within mid, left, and right and get the required text. I will now change it again to Tata. Okay. How to find the last limit in the middle? That means the total number of characters on this particular one. Is that you are referring to? So that is one more function called length, which will give the total length of the characters. First of all, practice this. I will give you another 3 minutes to practice a search function and try to use the search function inside mid as well. What if we have same text twice or number of times? Which will we get as a pointer? Neola, the indexing starts from 1. Smooth. So whenever you have the same text repeated multiple times, then you need to build a logic. The questions you are asking, it seems to be pretty simple, but when you try to solve it, the formula become complex. For example, if you want the third position of the text, for example, the consultancy is repeated 4 to 5 times. So you need to build a logic such that if you want to pick up the second one, so you ignore the first one, you need to ignore it. First of all, search for this particular first instance and ignore that. Then you go for the search for again. So the question you are asking, the answer is pretty complex. So if I say Tata Consultancy, and that is one more word for consultancy. I don't know whether you'll be able to understand or not. Let's put as consultant. So what I do, first I search for consult. Can you see this? If I search for consult, it will give me the first instance. So here, can you see that's a start number? If I write a search function, inside the start number, I say word consult. I say within text this one. And plus 1 and bracket complete. It will go to this 18th position. It skipped the first one, gone to 18th position. It's not, there is no direct way to skip the first one, go to the next one. You need to write such kind of complex formula. For time being, let's don't focus over here, because if we go more complex, then you won't be able to understand the simplest one as well. So let's try to focus on the simplest one itself for time being. Once you are good on this particular skill set, you can on your own, you can build the logic and build a complex formula. How to increase the column width? It's just if you go on to the column, you get this particular symbol, just increase it. Not all functions work on Google Sheets. Some of the functions work, like the basic on side, length, mid, left and right will work on Google Sheets, but not all the functions. So it's recommended to use the Microsoft Excel. That to the latest version. If you have the Office 365 version, that's the best one. Okay, now let's move on to the next set of formula, that is find. So here, find is very similar to the search function, but there is one minute difference. I will ask you to find the difference. I say it's find text. I want to find the text consult. Okay, within text, this particular one. and press enter. I got the same result. If both of them are giving the same result and they are taking the same arguments, then why we need two functions to get the work done? So if you see here, the console C is capital. Here I have written small. If I make it to capital C, I get an error. That means search is not case sensitive, but this find is case sensitive. This is case sensitive. What do you mean by case sensitive? Case sensitive means the characters must the given, not only the characters, the case, the upper and lower case of the characters should also match. Find is case sensitive, whereas search is not case sensitive. Is everyone clear what is the difference between search and find? Search is not case sensitive, whereas find is case sensitive. Can you see? If I put capital C over here, it gives an error because search for the word consult with a capital C. It's not able to find out, then it gives the error. If I put small c, automatically return the characters, the number, the position 6. And this is kind of an interview question as well. So somebody, if you go for the basic fresher level data analyst why Excel is used most frequently, then somebody might ask you, what is the difference between search and find? Then you need to say search is not case sensitive, whereas find is case sensitive. Just try it on your worksheet. I give you next 3 minutes to try it on your worksheet and see what is the difference. Okay, somebody is asking me how to incorporate search function within mid. So instead of writing 6, let's use a formula, that is this one, the search function. And instead of 6, put this formula, that's it. This function will automatically search for the word keyword consult and gives a starting position. So instead of writing 6, you can write the word search function. I just paste this formula onto the chat window. You can try it out. Then the last one is repeat. This is a repeat function. So here what we do, I write a repeat. It says if you want to repeat a text, for example, I want to repeat a text, that is, I put it in double quotes. I put a double quotes inside, I write Tata space, double quotes complete. I want to repeat this word 3 times. I just put a bracket complete. Can you see the word is repeated 3 times? This is a repeat function. The formula for that is REPT. Can you see? What repeat function does is whatever text you pass on as an argument, that will repeat the number of times which you specify over here. The first argument is text and the second argument is number of times you want to repeat it. So I want to repeat, for example, if I write it again, I want to repeat the text data. Number of times I want to repeat 3 times. So I put 3. If I put 2 times, it will repeat 2. So let me put 2. Can you see it's repeated 2 times? So repeat function is to repeat a particular text and number of times. So I'm not shared anything, any Excel file till now. You just need to write the word, this particular one, Tata Consultancy Limited, and try to do the formula along with me. This I haven't shared this file. This is not great. I just created just in front of you. Just try this formula out, then we can move on to the next set of formulas. Okay, if you are getting the repeater words and no space in between them, can you see this text I given in the last, I given this space. Can you see there's a space in the end of the text? You also need to give the space at the end of the text, then only you get space in between them. If you don't give the space, it will be repeated like this. But if you give a space after the word, it will be repeated with the space. For the 2 times, Tata didn't get the space in between the 2 words. If you're not getting the space, then put the space onto the text. Can you see in the text, I have put in a space at the end. That's the reason you're getting the space in between the texts. Do observe when I write the formula, then only you'll be able to understand it. If you want 6 times, then you can put 6 over here. It will repeat 6 times. If I put 6, and you say it's repeated 6 times. The numbers you put over here, that many times it will be repeated. If I press 3, it will repeated 3 times. Okay, I will repeat the functions again. First, search what it does. It searches for the character which you provide. For example, here I have provided the character consult. It will search for that keyword consult, and it will within the text I5 is this particular text. It will search for this consult keyword within this particular text. It got at sixth position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sixth position. He got the word consult. So it gives you the consult over here. That is sixth position. And for find, it's a similar thing. Find also does the same work. It also searches for a particular character within the text. The only difference is this is not case sensitive. Can you see the C is capital over here and here the C is smaller? Then also it's finds the word and gives you the position. But in case of find, it's case sensitive. If you put a capital C over here, it gives an error because it's case sensitive. If you put a proper case, then only it will match and gives you the result. That's the reason I written it's case sensitive. This is not case sensitive. Okay, now let's move on to the next set of format, that is length, proper, and concatenate. So what is length? I say equal to length will give you the length of the characters. How many characters are present in this word? It asks for the text. I give this particular text. It's give the total number of characters which are present. If you count it, it comes to 24. Including space, it's 24. So length means it asks for the argument text. If you give the text, it will count the length of the characters. How many characters are present in the text? If you get decimal value in the find, that means that's because of your formatting. If you change the format, you can get 6.0, 6.00 and everything. Okay. So let's focus onto the length. Length will give you the number of characters present in a particular text. Just try it out. After 2 minutes, we will see proper and concatenate. I will post the formula onto the chat window so that you can refer it. Okay, next we go for the think of proper. Let's take one more example. Let's take some famous name as SCL Limited. SCL Limited. So if you see, or we can say not SCL, Hindustan Limited. Okay. So if you see, everything is in the capital letter, right? If everything is in the capital letter, but I want to give the proper cases. That means if you observe this particular word, everything is written caps, capital cases. If I want to have the proper case, that is the first character should be capital and rest everything should be small for each and every word. So I use the formula proper. Then in the text, I put this one. If I close the bracket, I get it in proper case. Is it clear? So it converts whatever case, however you are written, whether it's small case or lower case or upper case, any case if you written, if you write this formula proper, it will give you the proper case for that. That is, first character will be the caps and rest everything will be in the small case. Is everyone clear with the proper function? I just post this particular formula onto the chat window. You can refer it. Proper is pretty simple. It only looks into the uppercase and lowercase. It makes the first character of the word as uppercase, rest everything in small case. What's a 12 for? So this is a reference. If you see, it's I12. It's column I and row 12. Can you see column I, row 12? It's a reference, cell reference. Can you see? This is a cell reference. Is everyone completed this? Then we will move on to the next one. That is this particular one. Here I have the name splitted into two cells. Okay. Here I have the name that has been written onto the two cells. Okay. Then if I want to merge it, that is if I want to concatenate, in terms of in Excel language, we say concatenate. In technical language, we can say concatenate. If I want to merge these or concatenate into a single cell, then we have the function called concatenate over here. I say concatenate. The first text is this one. The second text is this one. And I put the enter. I put the bracket complete. If I have a third text, I can give the third text as well. Can you see? If I have a third text, I can give third text as well. Right now I have only two. So I put a bracket complete and enter. So it merges these two characters, these two texts into a single text. Can you see? Now I have the text for Bharat Petroleum. Can you see? It's Bharat Petroleum. So if I want a space in between, then in between these two, I put a comma. In double quotes, I put a space. That means even the space will be incorporated into it. Can you see? Bharat Petroleum? I have a space. Is it clear for everyone? So I will again write the formula, explain it to you. I have the function for concatenate. This one. The first text is this. After that, I want a space. So I put in double quotes, I put a space, then comma. Then I want this particular text. Then I put a bracket complete. So it gives me Bharat Petroleum. I paste this formula onto the chat window so that you can easily write it. Yeah, there are many formulas for doing the same thing. You can use the concat as well. So tell me the difference between concatenate and text join. Text join is used for when you have to specify a range. It does the same work, but in a more simplified manner when you want to join many text. You can find this more in the Microsoft page, what is text join. It asks you for a delimiter and it asks for a range in which the characters are present which you want to join. If you see the text function, there are n number of text functions. We won't be able to cover everything over here, but we'll cover the most important ones or most frequent one which are being used in the day-to-day life. So there is one more function which apart from text function which I want to tell you, that is these are called volatile functions. There are some functions called volatile function. Some of the volatile functions are today. So this will come as a part of your interview when you go for the data analytics interview in specifically for Excel today. Then we have something called between. So these are some of the volatile functions. Let me show you what this function does and why they are called as volatile. So I write the function today. I complete the bracket. I get today's date. Okay. So if I open this workbook tomorrow, it will change it. The number will automatically change it to tomorrow. That means within time, or the best example I can show you is now. And I change this particular one to date and time. Go to format cells. It's 1951. Okay, 46 seconds. If I press enter after particular, let's say 14-15 seconds, it will change it to 52 16 seconds. And if I press if I go again, it's changed to 52 23 seconds. So each and every time the time changes, the dashboard gets the formula gets refreshed, the number changes automatically. So this number, these functions are volatile because the result which they give, it's totally dependent on the other things like the time or the date. and so on. So that's the reason these are called volatile. That means the result is not common across, not static across. That's the reason this is called as a volatile. So what now function gives you the time. Right now, what is the time? If I change it, now it's 1953. So that's the reason these are called volatile functions. So there is one more thing, which is random between. Let me use the function random between. So you're asking top value and bottom value. So if I want a particular number between a random number, any numbers between 25 to 75, in the top bottom I get 25 and the top I give 75. So if I press enter, I get 70, which is between 25 to 75. Can you see it asks for two values from 25 comma till 75. If I press enter again, now it changed to 44. If I edit the formula again, now it changed to 67. Now it changed to 72. Now it changed to 60. So each and every time the formula is refreshed or the page is opened, the number automatic changes. So that are called volatile functions. That means the result is not static. Okay. Can you practice this with two formulas today? Now you can also practice now. There's one more function called now. And you can try it. Automatically gets change when the Excel sheet gets refreshed. I give you 3 minutes of time to just practice it. Then we can move on to the next set of functions. So we use rand between formula whenever we want to generate some random numbers. For example, if you want to create some sample data, or if you want a particular ID to be assigned, a token number to be assigned, then you can use the random function. Yes, this random between formula can be applied on any rows and columns. Okay, guys, once you finish this, just download from your LMS portal the file name text functions. There should be a file called text functions in your LMS portal. Just download that. Hope everyone have the access to the LMS portal. I give you another 3 minutes to get the files downloaded. One is the text function, the other is a data validation. Text function and data validation. There should be two files with the name text functions and data validation. Please download it from the LMS portal. So the purpose of using random between is, if you want to generate in some scenarios, if you want to generate a random number between a particular two numbers, that is, let's say 1 to 100. If you want to assign a token to a person, let's say there are in a queue, there are people. If you want to assign a token, and in that case, you can generate a random function. You can generate a particular thing, or with the name, you can generate a rand function, rand between function, which will give the random numbers that will assign as a token to them. Dhanushri Venkatachalam. If you are not attending the previous session, then there is a recordings available. You can watch that. That's the only way where you can learn the past sessions. And if you need any help, just drop an email to edl@excelr.com. They will be able to help you. Is everybody downloaded the Excel file from the LMS portal? I will give you another 2 minutes for the people who are not downloaded it. The people who are not have the access, Chandana, I'm sending you the files. Can you some people don't have access to the LMS portal. So can you share it with them? I'm share the file
Uh,
with you.
yes, Balaji.
Yeah. The file name is text functions. The another file name is data validation. Hope everyone has downloaded and have this particular Excel file with you. So let's understand the first question. We will need to generate a project ID. The project ID should be, it's not FP, it's FL. It's FL. Okay. So the project ID should be first two characters of the project name. Where is my project name? This is my project name, fleet planning. It should be first two characters of your project name. Okay, that is FL. Then it's saying plus last three digits of plant ID. This is my plant ID. The last three digits is 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then it's saying last two digits of the employee ID. That is my employee ID is 1, 3 over here. So in the first case, first two characters of the project name, that is FL. Then last three characters of the plant ID, that is 1, 2, 3. And last two characters of the employee ID, that is 1 and 3. So this is how my project ID should look like. Is everybody clear on that? Clear on the question? Is everybody clear on the question? I need to generate a project ID such that the first two characters of the project ID should be the first two characters of the project name. Then you add last three digits of the plant ID and last two digits of the employee ID. Okay, this is what our problem is. So what I do, first of all, I need to find out the first of all, and let's find out one by one. And we can merge the formula. First of all, I need to find the first two letters of the project name or project type. I say left. This is the text. I need first two, so I put 2 over here. So I get the first two characters from the project name. Okay. Then asking me last three digits of the plant ID. So for last, what is the function we should use? Right. This is the text, plant ID, and I need last three digits. So I say bracket complete. Then asking me last two digits of the employee ID. So for that, I will again use the formula right. Then the text should be this one, employee ID, and I need last two digits. So put this one. So this is done, but I need to combine it, right? So for that, I will use concatenate. This one, comma, this one, comma, this one. I need to concatenate all three texts. Can you see? I got the project ID. Is it clear for everyone? Pretty simple. First, we find out the first two characters of project name in our cell, last three digits of the client ID and last two digits of the employee ID. We can calculate this in three different cells, or we can write a formula inside concatenate as well. Instead of J6, write the formula which is written over here. Instead of K6, write the formula which is written on column K. Instead of L6, write the formula which is written over here. Is it clear for everyone? How do we calculate it? And just that, drag the formulas. Here also, you need to drag the formula. That's it. You get the appropriate project ID for the each and every project. I will give you another 4 minutes to practice this particular one. Then we will move on to the next one, that is abbreviation of the spot name. So what I written, if I read the question carefully, I need first two letters of the project name. So I have written left, given the project name is present on column D. So I say I fetch the first two letters. And for the last character, last three characters of plant ID and last three characters of employee ID, I use the write function. I calculated in the three things in three different columns. Here I written the concatenate, that is L6, M6, and N6. I can give the name as first two letters of project type, first two letters of project. Then I have last three digits. Last three digits of client ID. And last two digits of employee ID. I just calculated the individual ones and I use a concatenate operator over here. Hope this is clear for everyone. Yeah, you can directly write this formula inside the project ID as well. But since some of the people are new to Excel, they might feel complex to write everything in a single formula. That's the reason I split into three different columns and concatenated over here. But if you're confident, you can write it inside the concatenate as well. Okay, now let's move on to the next formula, that is Spock name. So what is the Spock name? A for Advait Rai, it's A space Rai. Let's remove the dot. No need of dot over here. It's A space Rai. That means first character plus the last name. Is the thing clear? For Advait Rai, I need the abbreviated Spock name as A Rai. That is first character of the first name and the whole last name. Let's first find out the first characters of the first name. If I want the first character of the first name, then what is the function I should use? Anyone put it in the chat window? What is the function now I should use for getting the first characters of the first name? Left. Yeah, perfect. Left. How many characters I want from left? This is the text. I need only one because I need just the initials. I put one. I got A over here. But I want Rai as well. How do I get the word Rai? Can anyone tell me? How do I get the Rai? No, right? For example, here it's 3 character. Here it's 5 character. Here again it's 5. Here it's 8 characters. So how do I get the number of characters? No, length won't apply. Can you tell me the logic? No need for the formula. Can you tell me the logic? How I can get the word Rai, Mehta, the last names, Ghosh, Mahendra Shah, and so on. Just write down the logic. Yes, search function will help me. But what should I search? No, I cannot search for Rai or Mehta because it won't be dynamic. For each and every row, I cannot change it, right? Search for the position. So if you see, if you go through this particular Spock name, there's a space between the first name and last name, right? So can I find out the space? Can I find out the position of the space? And after that, I can say you fetch 10 characters because maximum the last name will be like 10 to 15 characters. I say whatever is the maximum one, you fetch up that. So first, let's find out the search. Let's search for the character space. In double quotes, I put a space and say find within the text. Say enter. Can you see the space is present on the right? The space is present on the 8th position. So now I can I say use a mid? Is everyone clear? I use the search function to find the space between them. In which position the space is present. It's giving me the 8th position. So what I do, I can write a mid function now. Mid. This is the text. The starting position should be 8. You start from 8 and pick up 20 characters because the last name will be maximum 20. Pick up till 20 characters or the one which is available. Can you see? So I will drag this down. This one also I will drag it down. And this one also drag it down. Can you see I got all the last names? What I written is I search for the space. I'm saying I search for the space and got the position of that particular space. Now what I'm saying is using a mid formula, you find, I will again write the mid formula for you. Say mid, I want to get a part of text from this particular text. I say mid of A6, it asking for me the starting number. The starting number should be 8. From space, I need to fetch the characters. The start number, I give reference to this particular cell. The number of characters. Let's give any arbitrary number, the maximum number. Let's say 25. Any number you can give. You can give 50 and so on. Because that will be the maximum length of the characters. I press enter. So it will take whatever is present after the space, it will take it over here. Is everyone clear on this? Okay. Then we can use the concatenate operator. Concatenate this one, that is the first initial, and also concatenate this one, that is the last. Can you see array? If I drag it down, if I concatenate this one, this is the last name and this is the initial, that is we say initials. That's the initial character of his first name. Is everyone clear on this? Why I6? This one, the initial is present in the column I and row 6. That's the reason I use I6 over here. The last name is present on column K and row 6. That's the reason I use K6 over here. The last limit, finding out the last limit is a bit tricky one. So no need to go on to that. You give some maximum number. The maximum length of the last name might be 25. If you want, you can change it to 50 as well. It will give you the same result. It will take up 50 or the one which is present. Right now, if you see the last name, the total number of characters is 3. Even though if I give 50, whatever it's there up till 50 characters, it will pick it up. Whatever is there over here will pick it up. If the class name is more than 50 characters, then only it won't pick up. It will pick up only the first 50 characters. What is the formula used in column J? It's a search function. I'm searching for the space within this text so that I can identify that after space, all the things are the last name. All the characters which are present are last name. For the mid function, I need to give the starting position. From which position I need to start picking up the text. For that, I'm searching the space, what is the position of the space, so that from space I can pick up the characters. So if you want a dot in between dry and this one, in the concatenation operator, you can put in double quotes a dot. This will add a dot between A and dry. If you want, you can add it. You put in double quotes, put dot, it will add dot in between them. So I just pass on this formula onto the chat window. You can try it out. I give another 5 minutes to try these formulas. Then we will move on to the next topic. I will send all the functions. This is for initials. I send all the formula. This is for initials. And this is for search. And this is for the last name. I will give you another 5 minutes to practice this. At let's take at 8 minutes. At sharp 8:30, we start with the new topic. To practice all these three, all the this one, the first two characters, last 3 digits, and so on, and also the abbreviated spot name. Meanwhile, if you have any queries, you can post it onto the chat window. Control plus C will only work for the abbreviation, but for the others, you need to remember, you need to have the formulas remembered. You need to know how we can use each and every formula. So Control E won't help you everywhere. For separating two names in one column, what formula should we use? I don't understand your question. Can you elaborate it more? If you want to have the common name, the first name and last name in two separate columns, then you can use the left and right function. That's the only thing you can do. To get the end of the position, you can use the search function to get where the first name ends and where the last name starts. For example, I use the search name. I find out last name over here. Similarly, you can find the first name into the another cell. We have used a search function to get the 8. 8 is the position where the space is present. Can we write the formula in a single line without any parts? Yes, you can write it. If you're confident, you can write it in a single line. How, how to cover one sentence in a particular cell? Swati, I haven't understood your question. Can you be a little bit elaborate your question? I know it's out of topic for now, but I need to know this. For example, if there are no space in between them, how should I separate it? If there are no space, that means you cannot identify, right? For example, you have written Balaji, Mohan, and Deepak. As an Indian, you can identify these are three different names. If a foreigner comes, if he reads this particular sentence, he will see it's a single text, right? That should be identifier. For Indians, we know that these are three different names. There is no logic to this particular one. You cannot do it. There should be some identifier which separates the first name, last in three names. Then only you can get it in three different columns. If Indian will read it, he can know. But if a foreigner read it, who doesn't know about Indian name, he will say it's some weird text. Power BI will start next week and Tableau will start the preceding week. This week and Monday, the first 5 sessions will be Excel. Then next 5 will be Tableau and next 5 will, the first 5 will be Excel, next 5 will be Power BI and next 5 sessions will be on Tableau. Okay, guys, then let's save this particular workbook and let's move on to the data validation. Hope everybody downloaded this particular sheet, data validation. It's there in LMS portal. Also, Chandana has shared the Google Drive link over here. You can download it from here. Hope everyone has this particular Excel workbook open with them. Okay. Now let's see what do you give a name range. For example, if you see this is an address box, this is the name box or the address box. This here where you say A1, it's a address box or the name box. Okay. So if I want, by default, it's an intersection of row and it's a column and row. It's an intersection of column and a row. By default, that's where the address defined. But if I want to change it, let me change it to ABCD. I give the name for this cell as ABCD. Can you see? Now, this particular cell has been renamed to ABCD. So whenever I type ABCD over here, for example, let me put my active cell over here and I type ABCD over into the address box and press enter, my active cell will become that particular cell. This is called naming the cell or a range. Okay, is everyone clear what is the name range? So this is a cell. If you select one thing, this is a cell. Let me go into the next workbook. If you select one particular cell, this is a cell. This is called as a cell. Okay. And if you select a group of cells, this will be called as a range. If you select a group of cells, any group of cells will be called as a range. A single entity, this particular single box, which is an intersection of column and row, it's called as a cell. And if you select multiple ones, it will be called as a range. Is everyone clear what is cell and a range? Anyone who has not got this Excel file, you need to download it from the LMS portal, or you need to download it from the Google Drive link, which Chandana has shared just 20 to 30 minutes back. It's there in the chat. You can download it from there. A single cell is called as a cell. A group of cell is called as a range. Hope everyone is clear with what is cell and a range. For example, let's say what is name manager. How do we give naming to it? For example, I want to give this particular cells, the group of cells, which is called as the range. I want to give this particular range the name as category. I say category. I give this particular range, the table where the texts are present. I select that, and in the address box or the name box, I write category. So once you do that, this whole range is called as a category. You are given the name to this particular range as category. So what if I want to edit it in future? If I want to edit this particular name in future, for example, instead of category, I want to give the name as categories. So what I do, I go to formulas. There is a function, there is a tab for name manager. I click on that to get all the names which are present over. I delete this one if I want. There are names which are present over. One is ABCD, which we created now. If I want to delete it, I just click on the delete button, it will get deleted. There is one more thing called city, which is already created. Let's delete it. I will delete it, this one as well. This is a category which we created now. I want to edit it. So what I do, I say edit. Here I can edit the name. Instead of category, I can give the name as categories. I can change the name. And this particular name refers to this particular cell ranges. That is inside data validation sheet. It refers the range B4 to B8. This is B4, this is B8. If I want to change it, I can click on this upward arrow and select the range. If I select till B12, can you B11? Can you see the range is B11? But I will keep it to B8 only. Can you see B4 to B8? Okay. So this way you can change the edit the range. Instead of B8, if you want B9, you can write B9 over here, but I will keep it to B8. This is how you edit a name range. Is everyone clear? Is everyone clear with how to define a name range, how to edit it and delete it? Okay. I give you next 4 minutes to practice the name range. Then we will see the data validation using the name ranges. Then we will see how to create a data validation in Excel. Hope everyone is clear what is the difference between a cell and a range. A cell is a single entity or the most granular part of the Excel module, Excel document, which is intersection of column and rows. A group of cells, when there is a group of cells, it's called as a range. How to give the change the name? For example, let me delete the name range from here. I will do it again for you. How to create it? Just select the range where you want to give the name. This is selector. This is your name box. Type over here category. That's it. Just type and press enter. That's it. It will be automatically named. If I go to my name manager, can you see there is a category which has a range from B4 to B8. This is how you create a name manager, name range. Okay. Now similarly, let's create the name range for this as well. For this, I will give the name range as city. For this, I will give the name range as food. Okay. And for this, I will create the name range fruit. I write it over here, go to name box and write it fruit. For here, I give the name range as actors. I go to the name box, I give the name range actors. And let me check in the name manager whether I have that particular one. Yes. Can you see? I can get all the name ranges over here. What I have done, I just selected the range. Similarly given for category, I given for city, I given city. For food, I given food. For fruit, it's the name range is fruits. And for actor, it's actors. Can you guys also create this name range similar on your workbook? Okay, if you are done creating this, then let's create a data validation. So for data validation, click on any of the cells, go to data and go to data validation. This one, can you see this symbol where that is written as data validation? Click on one of the cells, click on data validation, click on that, you get this pop-up window where you have many options. So if I put whole number, only whole number that is between 1 to 50. So if you want to restrict the user to put only the whole numbers, let me highlight this particular cell so that you see there is a data validation. So what I have done, the data validation, I go to data, I go to data validation. I have written it should be a whole number which should be between 1 to 50. So I say okay. So if I put anything which is in between 1 to 50, let's say I put 35, it accepts it. But if I put anything above 50, let's say 78, it gives me the error. The value doesn't match the data validation restriction. As the name suggests, you are validating the data that has been inputted by the user. Data validation is nothing but you are validating the data. You are putting a restriction for the data that should be inputted in a particular cell. So here I have put a restriction of it should be a whole number which should be between 1 to 50. Right? If I put anything which is less than 1, then also I get an error. If I put anything which is greater than 50, then also I get an error. Then I need to put the thing which is less between 1 to 50. I say, let me put 25. It accepts it. Is everyone clear what is data validation? Can you try this? So I will explain again. Let me clear the data validation first. If you want to clear the data validation, you put any number in this, any value. Then you can enter any value onto it. I can put 69 and so on. But if I want to put the validation, then I go to date, this one inside data tab, go to data validation. This is the one. And in any value, you select a whole number. That should be between 1 to, I can choose 50 or 100 as well. Here I can write 100 as well. As per my wish, I can give the numbers. So if I input anything between 1 to 100, it accepts it because right now given between 1 to 100. If I put 0, it gives me the error. If I put 101, 1001, it gives me the error. If I put 160, it gives me the error. Okay. So I need to put any number which is between 1 to 1. That is 56, 67, anything. I can put 100 as well. It accepts the 1 and 100 also. So I can put any number, but it should not be greater than 100 and it should not be less than 1. Can you guys try it? Where it is used in real life. Okay. So if you want to develop a file where you want, for example, let's say I create a user form where the person needs to enter the age of the person. Here, I create a template where you need to manually enter the age of the person. Can the age of the person be 0? Yeah, it can be 0, but can it be -1? No, right? The age of the person cannot be -1. It can be 0. Newborn baby can be written as 0. Or the maximum age can be of 150, maybe 120 or something, because some people have crossed 1 or 1 and the 100 as well. Let's give the upper limit as 120 or 125. As per my knowledge, there is no one who is there whose age will be greater than 125. So the moment the person, if the age is not between 0 to 125, it should give the error that write a proper, give the proper age. For example, I want to say the person age is 56, but instead of typing 56, I press the 6 button 2 times. It's become 556. That means the wrong data has been entered. That means the data is incorrect. You need to again clean the data, right? So instead of that, if you put a validation that if it is more than 120, you give an error. In that case, the person will understand I input something wrong. Then I need to input the correct age. He puts the correct age as 56. Is that clear? How do we put the how do we use this particular data validation in real life? Now let's see how do we create a list. Yesterday we seen some drop downs, right? Now let's see how do we create a drop down. Let me delete this particular ones. Let's see how do we create a drop down. Similarly, let's first highlight this cell with some lighter shade, and let's put the borders as well. Okay. Now I again go to data validation. I go to data validation. Then here I select the list. So in this source, I click on this upward arrow and select this as a source. I want all these things to be populated as a drop down. I just press enter. Since I already given the name as categories, taking as a category. I just press enter. So it gives me the list of names. But I don't want this category, right? I don't want this category. Right? So in the let's change it in the name range. I go to formulas. The name range I will take from B5 to B9 itself. Now I want to edit it. So I click on actors. It should start from J5 to J8. For this one, it should start from B5 to B8. For city, it should start from D5 to D8. Similarly, you can do it. You can do this at home. Just observe, because I don't want the headers to be in the drop down. So I just start with 5. I want only the values to be there in the drop down. Okay. I close it. Now can you see the moment I edited the name range, from here the category is gone. I get city, food, fruit, and actors. I will again show you how do I created this data validation. Go to data validation. Inside that, from any value, you need to choose the drop down list. Then you click on this upward arrow and select the range. This is the range. This is the values which I want in the drop down. That is city, fruit, food, and actors. And I say enter and OK. So if I click on this drop down, I get this 4 different values, which is fruit, city, and so on. Is everyone got this? How to create a data validation or the drop down in Excel? Is everyone clear? Yeah, I will do it once again for you. Let me clear this. First of all, let me clear this data validation. I say any value. Now you can insert any value over here. This is a normal cell. I go to data validation. Instead of any value, I say I need a list. That is a drop down. So it's asking me what all values should be present in the list. So in this source, I click the upward arrow and select the range of things which I wanted in the list. I say category. Press enter. I say OK. When I say OK, a drop down will be created over. Can you see? This is how you create a data validation. Okay, guys, try this at your system. I give next 4 minutes to try this. Then we can move on to the Q&A if anything. Else we will wind up the session. So this data validation is you are restricting the user to enter a number between 1 to 100. If I enter something more than 100, it gives me the error. It won't accept it. I need to insert any number which is between 1 to 100. This is the number validation. This is the drop down which I created. The moment you click on this cell, you see a drop down over here. No, you cannot do this with filter. How to color the cell? Select the cell, go to home. Can you see this color button? You can use this particular thing to color it out. If you click on this downward arrow, you get lot of colors. Whichever color you like, you can color it out. I'm using just to highlight it. How do I remove the category from the list? Go to data, or not data, go to formulas, and you need to go to name manager. Here you can edit it. For example, this category, earlier it was starting from B4 to B8. Now I change to B5 to B8. Can you see? Just change it to B5. That's it. And it will automatically change. If you add more data to this, for example, if I add more things like something over here, it won't be visible into the data validation because the name range you are given the range, that is B5 to B8. Anything below B8 won't be considered. Okay, I hope everyone has completed this. If you have any queries, you can post it onto the chat. So the cell is colored, not the word fruit is colored. The cell is only colored. Can you see? If I take city as well, it will be of the same color. How do you color this cell? I color the cell just to highlight. Go to home. Go to this color button. You can choose any color of your choice. For example, if I want blue, I can choose a blue as well. The next class will be tomorrow, the same time. If you have any questions, you can post it onto the chat. Else, we will wind up the session for today.
Hi Balaji, you are done, right?
Yes, Chandra, I'm done for the day. If there are any questions, I will take it up for next 2 to 3 minutes. If not, then we can end the session.
Yeah, sure.
So the recordings are available in the LMS portal, and same is available on the YouTube as well. You can refer it out. Okay, guys, let's end. I will end up the session as there are no more questions. Thanks everyone for your time. Have a great night. Let's meet up tomorrow at the same time, 7 p.m. to 9.
Yeah, thank you, Balaji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, do you have any questions or any queries for me? please let me know in the chat box. I'm sharing the attendance link in the chat box. Please mark it your attendance. And if you have any queries, please let me know. And if you want means I share that drive again in the chat box for YouTube people also. Please ask me if you want, I will share. विष्णु मैम सर्टिफिकेट लेने के लिए क्राइटेरिया है. Yeah, you have to attend 60% attendance. You need 60% attendance, so you can get participation certificate. Anushri, ma'am will please share the link to recall classes in YouTube. Anushri, I think you have LMS access. In that LMS access, you can get recordings and materials also. Yeah, Madhu, 1 minute. I'm going to share that, right? I sent the drive. Please take that files from the drive. Nilesh, hi ma'am. When you are going to start machine learning sessions? We didn't decide till yet. If we started means we will let you know. MB, I received a certificate for generative AI. There is a name correction in the. Please help me with it. No, no MB. Like starting only you have to do that. Now we can't change like that. Rajesh ma'am, certificate which we will get in which form, soft copy or hard copy? Soft copy, Ritesh. Rennie Peter, send me the attendance link, ma'am. Yeah, I will share that. Sorry, MB, we are helpless. Ma'am, course material, please send. Sai Gandham from YouTube. Sai Gandham, I think you have LMS access. From there, you can get all the things like recordings, materials, whatever the files, PPTs. Yeah, Prerana, I'm sending this attendance link. Is there any queries regarding LMS or any you are facing any problems? The video is not visible, ma'am. Which video, Prasanna? I'm not getting that. Now we didn't share anything. Like we didn't share the screen now. You need a LMS link, right? Pradnya, drop an email to EDL at ExcelR.com. You will get that. For everyone having the issue with LMS, drop an email to EDL at ExcelR.com. They will clarify your queries. Chinmay, for getting certificate, 60% of whole course is to be attended or 60% of the time of one session. No, Chinmay. See, like we are conducting like 30 hours means 15 days. So you have to attend like 9 days of course, 9 days sessions. that time it will be considered as a 60%. So you can get participation certificate. Madhu Babu, madam, why there is no fresher or searching for job option in the attendance or at the time of registration? Sorry, Madhu Babu, I'm not getting your question. Yeah, NSK Vamshi, and session is done for today. Tomorrow we have the same time, the session. Radha, ma'am, yesterday travel allowances Excel sheet will available in this chart. Travel allowances, I don't know. Please check in that LMS, no? Whatever Balaji shared, that will be we uploaded in LMS. You can get there. Samiksha, my friend want to register now. Can she yeah, sure, sure, Samiksha. They can register now as well. Vishnu, whatever you are mentioning in the attendance, like a feedback form, that name only you will get on the certificate. Madhu Babu. Yeah, in this form, we are having only student and faculty. There is no fresher and experience. LMS is a Dipanshu. LMS is a learning management system. There you can get Zoom link and materials, whatever recordings, and you want any updates in future, so you can get from their LMS. It is a platform actually. This is a dashboard. We don't have any WhatsApp and Telegram link. We are using only LMS. No, it's a dashboard. LMS. Sai, you want LMS, right? You just drop an email to EDL at ExcelR.com and email them. They will clear your doubt. Dipanshu, how can I get LMS, ma'am? Drop an email to EDL at ExcelR.com. Okay, they will give you that access, and whatever queries you will get, you will clear from there. You want means but just 2 minutes. I will share that link as well. I send one registration link now. Please register there so you can get access for LMS. Okay. Is there any queries for me? I didn't get any doubts here. So if you don't have any queries means I will wind up the session for today. There is no queries from YouTube and Zoom as well. So we'll wind up the session for today. Thank you so much for joining, guys. We'll meet you on the tomorrow same time.